pretty bright. Hey everybody. You know why we're here. It's really, really beautiful. It's time. And we've been in limbo with Mom and Dad for quite a while here. And so, I tell you, we're gathering here to remember and to honor our wonderful, amazing loved ones, Mom and Dad, Don and Harleen, Grandma and Grandpa, Nana and Pa. We're here to remember them and honor them in the abundance of love that is in all of our hearts for them. And it seems like just yesterday, Dad was born in 1919, just yesterday. To those who are a little older anyway. A little reminder to you young folks is that life flies. Life flies. But it was just yesterday, when Dad was a traveling salesman for Bosch Alam, on the road to support his family, and just yesterday he was in the Hawaiian Islands in the Navy for World War II, grinding crystals for communications. And Mom was born in 1925. That was just the other day, right? Seems like forever. Just the other day. When she was a young girl, she lost her father to pneumonia. And she watched her mother, Clara, who's right here with them, struggle to provide and take care of that family, those two boys and Mom. And she was farmed out to relatives in eastern Washington and Idaho. Wonderful situations from everything Mom shared. But it was hard. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that they were no strangers to hard times, Mom and Dad. Seems like ancient history, but it was the foundation for their lives. World War II, Mom losing her father. So, we all yearn to have love in our lives, to love and to be loved, and they found that together with each other. That's so beautiful. And they were smart about it. They were wise about it. They knew that it takes work. They knew that it just wasn't a gimme. It wasn't just a given. They knew, I think, from their past family experiences and hardships. So they knew they would have to actively pursue that love and work together and take hold of it and keep it strong. And that's what they did. And out of that love and out of that commitment came this family. We are really, really fortunate. I know all of you, and you're amazing. And I would say that the foundation is a really strong love for one another. And we can thank Mom and Dad for that. It's humbling. I was thinking about, life as we get older and how fragile it is. And seeing people pass this last 2-3 years that I never expected. And it's just humbling to think that without Mom and Dad, that you and I, not all of us, but most of us wouldn't be here. And because of them and this tree of life, we're part of those branches. And their ancestors before, we don't think about those ancestors before, but they are all part of our history. The fickle finger of fate, a simple turn of events, and we might not be here. So it's beautiful that we are, because we are part of Mom and Dad, part of Grandma and Grandpa, part of Nana and Pa. You know, and they were Mom and Dad to a lot of extended family. They were really put their arms out to so many, and just pulled in, and it was just beautiful. Amazing what they did. They loved each one of you individually, and saw the good and the strength and what could be, and encouraged that. They were those kind of people, and they focused on the good. So I want to open up the time to share. If you have a story or something you want to say, you know, we'll open that time up right now, and then when you're done, Ronnie's going to say something, but he's going to share, and then we'll finalize the ceremony, honoring Mom and Dad, Grandma and Grandpa, Nana and Pa, great-grandpa, great-grandma, all those things. I want to share a little story. You know, Mom was really, when I was a little kid, I remember there's certain things that I just could not forget, and one of those is that Mom would tell me, I hate liars. I hate liars. And so whenever I would try and get away with something, I was doomed. So, and it was always that damn little bird that would tell her. And so I was always looking around for that little bird. I never saw it, but boy, I got busted so many times, I was a believer. So anyway, she tried to put me on the straight and narrow right off the bat with her little bird story, and all of her all-seeing network of friends and neighbors. Who would like to share? Daniel, come on here.
So a lot of my memories of both of them originate in Ukiah. All the times going up and spending time, summertime, with both of them, and in particular the memories of golf, and Pa taking us out to the Ukiah golf course. And this one incident in particular, Pa and a friend of his had gotten in on a golf cart, and it was older, probably needed a little bit of maintenance. And the Ukiah golf course, the first hole goes up a hill, and then the second hole is a downhill dog leg. And Pa knew that he was having issues with the brakes on that golf cart, and he did not let us ride down from the tee box down to the fairway with him. We had to walk, and that was a good thing, because he's partway down and there go the brakes. And at the bottom of the hill, there's a right turn and a left turn, and then the path connects those two turns over here, but there's a big ditch in the middle, and he could not take the right turn or the left turn, and went over the ditch, and that knocked him out of the cart, and then off the cart goes down the golf course. Pa's on the ground, we run to him. He's hurt his arm, I think he broke it at that time. And then here comes some player driving up with the golf cart. He managed to find a runaway golf cart and figured somebody needed it. And so here it comes back, and I just always remember that day. It was really special. All the times up in Ukiah, and any time we spent with Nana and Pa were special. They always made us feel wonderful, learning how to play cards, and spending hours and hours battling each other with cribbage or gin or pinochle. Many years of good times. Now the memories I'll always have. As Daniel said, kind of starting at the Ukiah house, the pool, the mini goldfish, the little cans of 7-Up, wiffle ball in the backyard, trying to hit it over the house, trying to track down balls in neighbors' yards. Card games, slamming the cards on the table, the little language. What I kind of take from that is whenever I shuffle cards, I always learn to protect the bottom cards so that your opponent couldn't see it. And so I always do the paw shuffle at the end. And then the Albany house, where I was able to bring my family to them. And I think, I'm almost certain that's where Mallory took her first steps. And they were family people. Family was number one. They were so proud of their family. And we are their legacy.
Well, just a short story that Mom and Dad wanted a little vacation. And so what they decided to do was they were going to send Marty to Eureka to live with us for the summer, for 2 summers. And so we were in one house on N Street, and we set up Marty in a tent out on the patio. And so he'd go to work at God and Winters. He'd come back. And so we had him for that. And then we moved to a new house on Aldo Court. And then came Marty the next summer with his dog Duke. And Duke was not to be in the house. So Linda and I go to the cabin, the boys go to the cabin. My neighbor up at the end of the street said, well, you didn't even make the corner and the dog was in the house. So we get back,
Busted again.
we go, yep, busted again. We get back and we go in the house and, I smell something. And it was fresh paint. We're going around and I go into our master bedroom and into our master bath, and here's claw marks on the sheetrock that didn't get filled in, they just got painted over. And Duke went out the window and broke the screen. But Mom and Dad got 2 summers vacation at the expense.
Small price to
Oh,
pay.
the sacrifices that you two made.
That's
Fun
family.
times.
That's family.
Fun times.
That's family.
That's family.
I'll share.
Yeah. I know Mom always, the most important thing to her was keeping the family together after she and Dad are gone, wanting us to stick together.
We are.
So that was very important to her.
Go on
I love these 2 people. They're just like my
I was adopted into the family, and they just became like my parents to me. So Pa in particular, I have a story where I was pregnant with Megan, and there were no girls in the family. So Pa made a bet with me. He said, if you have a girl, I'll give you $500. So I'm sitting there going, I'm always up for a good bet. let's call him on this one. So anyways, time passed. I never got a sonogram. I didn't know that, or ultrasound, and know what the sex of the baby was. So we're at the hospital. I'm having the baby. They pull the baby out. And at first I'm thinking, oh, it kind of looks like a boy, you know. And then they go, it's a girl. And I turned around, and Nana was with me actually in there as my coach helping me. And I said, you better tell Pa to go get his checkbook. And sure enough, he showed up and he wrote that check for $500. So thank you, Pa. You're a man of your word. And Nana helped me through my life. I really credit Nana for helping me become the woman that I am today. And because I was learning bookkeeping, and I was always upset with her because everything had to be to the penny. And I'm just like, it's just a penny. Can we just move on? But she taught me that important skill, which I use throughout my lifetime. And also, she just taught me how to be a mother, how to be a woman, because when I was young, I really never had my mother had some issues growing up, and I never had anyone to teach me those things. And Nana was that person. And even later on in life, when Marty and I went our separate ways, and I'm so thankful that we were able to just be good friends to this day. Nana continued to support me and love me and hold me dear. And so I'm so thankful for that. And I just love both of them very dearly. So, and thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Sandy.
There you go, Sandy.
Well, I was telling Lynn I had 4 pages written out in very tiny script of what I want. So I get going to go. What I wanted to say, and of course it's at home somewhere. So I'm going to try to remember what I had there. And I have to look down. I suffer from the same condition, Rhonda. Blubbering. I'm here because of the generosity of my best friend, Linda, who took me under her wing and shared her family with me and gave me the little sister that I never had. And the baby brother, I had one of those, but not as young as Marty. And my little brother never propositioned me. Marty did. We were babysitting him one night, and there was a fire going in the fireplace. And I was sitting there, and Marty was, maybe 3 and a half, and getting ready for bed. And he came over and he put his arm around my shoulder and said, Sandy, I love you. Will you go to bed with me? And because I left my little talking thing at home, I'll try to remember what was in it. I called her Mama Dodd. For quite a few years, she was Mrs. Dodd. And after a while, that felt too formal. But to call her Harleen, which one of our old friends did after we had graduated high school, sent a chill down my spine. Not Harleen. It was like, to me, Harleen was disrespectful. So we settled on Mama Dodd. She always had that sparkle, especially for me. I don't think she did for her children or her husband.
Is that what it was? A sparkle? Okay.
But especially me. She came to the rescue quite a few times. And one of the times was when our friend Tom, a friend from high school, was in ROTC at Humboldt State Reserve Officer Training, something or other. And he had to have his uniform, you know, looking really good for something that was going on. And his mother was not in town. So guess who ironed his uniform for him? He took it to her because he knew that she would do it. And she did, and got a kick out of it. When I got married, I wore my grandmother's wedding dress, and it had a little train that was all wrinkly. And Mama Dad was the one who noticed it and insisted on going to my house to get it. So she ran 4 blocks down and 4 blocks back with the iron. And she's the one who ironed my train. And she made my veil. She gave so much to all of us. She was, you know, if you divide the world into 2 groups, givers and takers, she was a giver, absolutely. And probably more than once, Mama Dodd and Papa Dodd told us, if you ever get into a situation where there's trouble or a drunk driver, whatever, call us and we'll come and get you. No questions asked. So we were at a party at our friend Tom's house. And Linda, like that, was struck by that flu bug that was going around. And I tried to take care of her, but it was so bad, and she was throwing up and suffering. So I called Mama and Papa and told them and asked them to come and get her. And they did, no questions asked. But the next day they told us they were shocked that we called them. And we said, that's what you always told us to do. And then I think it was our graduation party or something. There was a really bad stomach flu going around. And, you know, I was all
This time
dressed
Sandy
up.
got it.
Bad stomach flu.
Oh, man, yeah,
It's at the worst times.
I was in the bathroom,
Best
washed
part.
my hands, and then boom, it hit me. Fortunately, I made it into the toilet and started throwing up and kept blowing my cookies and kept blowing my cookies. And one of the parents, who was a really nice chaperone, you know, was saying, is there something I can do for you? Is there someone I can get for you? And I said, Mrs. Dawes!
She happened to be a chaperone. They were chaperones.
And she always knew what to do. Cleared out the bathroom. She and Papa Dodd came in and got me, dragged me out, and all I could see after that was this sea of faces. All of our classmates were, they're taking Sandy. They're taking Sandy. It's okay, it's Lynn's parents. And they got me home, and I eventually stopped blowing my cookies. But damn, that stomach flu was just killer. I learned to play cribbage from Papa Dodd, and as soon as he thought I knew enough, I started playing cutthroat.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he was. That's where Brian gets that thing of having to win. Oh gosh, there was so much more I was going to say. She gave us advice rather freely sometimes, but it was always so kind and well-intentioned. And one time we were up at Marty's and it was really cold, and as I was leaving she said, now be sure you have your car in first gear going down the hill. And you know, I had known that for 100 years. thank you, Mom. You know, that's how she was. You know, always worried and always taking care of all of us. And and it didn't bother me at all. And God, there was, oh, I know, the other one that I really remember was, if you get water in your ear, like if you get in your left ear, hop up and down on your right foot. I can't hop anymore, but every time I'm in the bath, I think of that that solution. She always had something for us. I can't believe that I'll never see her again. Those who love us and whom we love are ours forever. And always will be.
Sandy, Sandy.
So you guys, let's just take a minute while the song's playing. Just take a minute, just think about Mom and Dad, and just, you know, just reminisce. We'll go up.
Well, it's welcome again to the family. I thought I could do a pretty good job here, but as we gather here today to honor, celebrate the lives of Don Dodd, Harleen Dodd. Both Don and Harleen were traditional people, but they also celebrated life to the fullest. You know, as Marty said, you know, most of us have said our goodbyes for the last decade plus. And for Mama Dodd, Nana, Arlene, just the last year and a half. But today we gather to rejoin the loving spirit of this couple who have been married for 75 years. Or 75 years ago they got married. Don and Harleen brought such joy to 4 children who aren't children any longer.
Nope, geezers almost.
Not even close. We have Valerie Durling, who Valerie sends her
Yes.
regards that she couldn't be here today. Linda Dodd Hartman, Don Dodd Seiler, and Martin Dodd. And there are some others that couldn't be here today. Call him Ricky Bob.
Yeah, you should be right here.
Ricky Durling and Bob Martin, who was a nephew, but Bob considered them as his parents. And they couldn't be here, but wish they could. They also loved their 6 grandchildren, as well as their many great-grandchildren. Don loved music. As I recall, he played the piano, the organ, the accordion. Arlene loved gardening. She loved plants, flowers, vegetables. And it's so fitting that Don's ashes have been sharing Marty's music room for the last 11
Yep.
years.
Squeeze a little more out of that inspiration.
And Harlene's have been very close to Linda and my front yard and backyard that she so enjoyed. And for those that knew Harleen, she often, well, more than often, told you how to do things. How to plant plants, how to prune plants. And she even told you how to drive. And as Sandy said, what gear to drive in. Ugh. Great stories. You know, and being around for so long as I get older, you know, I have so many stories to share of Don and Harleen that span over the past 56 years. And that's a number of years. I want to share a couple scriptures that I feel are kind of fitting for this occasion. 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 3 and 4. All praise to God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. God is our merciful Father and the source of all comfort. He comforts us in all of our troubles so that we can comfort others. When they are troubled, we will be able to give them the same comfort God has given us. Matthew 5, verse 4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And finally, let me share a poem by James Garrison. Until we meet again, we think about you always. We talk about you still. You have never been forgotten, and you never will. We hold you close within our hearts, and there you will remain. We walk to walk and guide us through our lives until we meet again.
Beautiful. Stay there, Rob. Stay there. Do this together. No, I got to stay on something.
All right.
Yeah, then we'll do that. So, thanks, Ron. Mom and Dad, you know, they held Christian beliefs, and so I wanted to share this scripture. I thought it was really it was really good. And it's from Ecclesiastes 12, verse 7. And it says, "And the dust returns to the earth as it was, and the spirit returns to God who gave it." So Mom and Dad, they're already flying. Their spirits are free. We've got their dust. We've got their ashes. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And their ashes, it's sacred. And as are all the memories that go with their lives that we are fortunate to hold. So we're going to go ahead and move Mom and Dad's ashes, Ron and I, into, you can go ahead and start. Move Mom and Dad's ashes into the vault where they will be interred here. And you can come here anytime. Have a word with them. You don't have to come here, but you know, it's kind of cool. You know, at least their remains are here. And gonna lay the earthly remains to rest in peace and love together. Awesome, guys. Grab Mom there. No, we're gonna put it right in there.
And we have something special to go in there. So fitting. So fitting.
Let's all gather around over here. Brian is going to lead us in a prayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh,
Go ahead. Brian?
Dear Lord, bless these wonderful souls. Thank you for your grace. Please watch over, bring comfort, keep the memory strong among the friends, the family here. Those that could not. So many that have been touched. Keep love in our hearts. Amen.
Amen.
If anybody wants to share a personal message with anybody that's not here, the camera's still rolling.
I'm glad you told us.
This is for you, Bob. We miss you.
I did the blubbery for those that
You got Sunny. Hey, Brendan.
It'll dry.
You guys look mighty handsome.
We tried. We pulled it together at the last second.
Let me get a picture of you.
Whenever you need to.
group all through, no, doing all your aces.
A lot of special memories that you'll have for a lifetime.
That's still a special memory. Yes, I did too, Paul. I got
Grandma. Everybody's coming back to Donnie's for lunch in the little community room there. Ramon's is bringing us
Beautiful,
lunch.
you guys.
And so everybody come because there's plenty of food.
Yep.
Certainly, yeah. We had some dropouts at the last minute. So,